Oh, it's so pretty. I'm so glad. Yay! Hi, I'm Barb Green, and today we're gonna make a banana cream pie. We'll use freshly sliced bananas, no artificial flavors. We're gonna make a beautiful creamy vanilla filling, and we're gonna put that in a homemade Nilla wafer crust. I made this one this morning. I'd love for you to just go ahead and click on the link that's going to be on the screen to follow the tutorial for this, but I'm going to say very quickly, this is super simple and you can make this beginning to end in like 20 minutes. So you need about 50 to 60 Nilla wafers. You want to reduce those down to crumbs. You can do that by smashing them in a Ziploc bag with a rolling pin, or if you have a food processor, 8 to 10 pulses and you should be there. You're looking for a fine, sandy texture. Once you get those done, you need 1 3/4 cup of crumbs. That is 170 grams. You'll put that into a larger bowl. You want to add 1/4 cup of sugar, which is 50 grams. And then 1 stick or 8 tablespoons of melted butter. That's 113.4 grams. You're going to just stir that up. Make sure that the butter is all incorporated and you have a moist mixture to work with. Then you're going to take that and dump it into a 8 or 9-inch pie pan. Either one will work. And you just want to press those crumbs onto the side. I do the side first and then press the bottom down. You place it into the oven and bake it for 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees, and voila, this is what you have. It's super simple. And then we'll start by making our filling. Let's separate our eggs. We're gonna put the whites in this dish. We don't need them for this particular recipe. The yolks will go in this dish because we do need them. And there we go. We're going to whisk these up. We're incorporating a little air into them and just making them smooth. We're going to begin our filling. You need a medium saucepan and a whisk. This will be your favorite tool. We're adding 2/3 cup of sugar, which is 130 grams. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, which is 24 grams. This and the egg yolk will be what thickens our mixture. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt for balance. You want to whisk this mixture until you don't see any more lumps. Now we're going to add 3 cups of whole milk. Again, this is at room temperature, and I would not recommend using 2% or skim. Whole milk has the fat in it that we need for this to make it nice and creamy. You want to whisk this again. You want this to be nice and smooth. Make sure you get all the edges of the pan. Then we're going to cook this over medium heat, stirring constantly until the mixture comes to a boil. This could take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes and may test your patience a little. The key here is just stirring constantly. Once it starts to thicken, you want to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, our mixture is beginning to boil. We're going to boil this for 1 minute and then we're going to remove it from the heat. Okay, this has boiled for 1 minute. It is just happily bubbling away. Next, we're going to temper our egg yolks, which is basically just bringing these up to the temperature of our heated mixture so that when we add the egg yolks into this, the egg yolks don't cook. So we want to gently bring them up to the temperature of this mixture. So you just, while you're whisking, add a little stream of the hot in, just whisk it. A little more. Just keep whisking. If you added the egg yolks directly into this, without doing this, you don't want to skip this step. It'll actually cook the eggs and you'll have scrambled eggs in your pie filling mixture. There, that is magnificent. Now we're going to return this pan back to the heat, medium heat still. We're going to add our nice warm egg mixture into this. We're going to bring this back to a boil. Once it starts boiling, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to boil it for 1 minute, and then we'll remove it from the heat. Okay, this has been boiling for 1 minute. Very quickly, I want to show you a way to test and make sure that your filling is done. If you dip a wooden spoon into your mixture, it's a little bit hot, but do it quickly. Run your finger down through. If that stays, your filling is done. We want to remove this from the heat. Then we're going to stir in 1 tablespoon of butter. That's for smoothness and creaminess. This looks absolutely dreamy. My goodness. And then we're going to stir in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla for flavor. Give that a good stir. Then we're going to place this mixture in a heat-proof bowl, and we're going to cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the fridge to cool. All right, so I'm going to pour this in here. When I say cover with plastic wrap, I mean not just the bowl like that. You actually want to place this plastic wrap right down on top of the pudding so that you are preventing it from forming a skin on top. Then we're going to place this in a refrigerator for at least an hour, possibly 2, till this is cool before we can use it. Our filling has chilled for about 2 hours. It is not set yet. You can see there's a little bit of a jiggle there. That's what we want. We want it to not be completely set because we need to work with it now. I'm going to remove the plastic wrap. We're going to go ahead and slice our bananas. That'll be the first step. Peel. We are going to slice these on the diagonal about 1/4 inch thick. They lay a little bit nicer when they're sliced diagonally. You want to make sure that you look for the little strings. You don't want any of those on to get into your mixture. Bring our crust over here. See, that's nice and soft. It has not set yet. I'm going to put just enough on the bottom of the crust to make a little barrier. Use an offset spatula just to get it right up to the edge. Now we're going to put a layer of bananas on. Now we're going to cover this with pudding, and I'm going to get it all over. So my dish is a little shallow. I did this on purpose. I have deep dishes and I decided I just wanted a more shallow one Clearly I have more filling left over, which this could be just eaten just plain. It's really yummy. It's like vanilla pudding. I'm gonna leave this just like it is. We can see our crust around the edges. We'll finish it off with some whipped cream, but for now, it just needs to set in the fridge. I'm gonna cover it with plastic wrap again, and then we'll come back and do our whipped cream. Again, we're covering this up. We're touching the surface so that no skin forms until it has a chance to set. Off to the fridge it goes. It's time for us to do our final step. We're gonna make some whipped cream. You can use a stand mixer fitted with a whisk attachment. You can use a handheld. That's what I'm gonna do today. You can also even do it by hand, which is actually kind of gratifying. You need a bowl and a whisk, and you just whisk away for 3 or 4 minutes and you can actually make whipped cream that way. So we're gonna do 1 cup of, this is really cold, I even chilled the cup that it's in. 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, which is 237 milliliters. You can use granulated sugar. We're doing 2 tablespoons, or you can use powdered sugar. I'm choosing powdered sugar because there's a little bit of cornstarch in it, and I'm looking for some stability in this. I want it to be nice and firm because I'm actually gonna have some fun and put this in a pastry bag and do some different things. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla for flavor. Now we're gonna have some fun. I usually mix this around a little just to make sure those dry ingredients don't come flying out. Then we're gonna start this on medium speed, just until I see that it's blended. I'm gonna go ahead and increase the speed. When you're whipping cream, you can go too far. Once it gets to the stiff peak stage, it can actually go beyond, and the mixture starts to separate or it becomes textured, and that is not what we want. At that point, you're starting to make butter. When you start to see the mixer making trails in the cream, that's a good indication you're getting close to that stiff peak stage. I'm gonna go ahead and check it. See that stiff peak coming up there? We're really close. I'm gonna give it just a couple seconds more. And we have a lovely, lovely bunch of whipped cream. It's time to uncover our pie. So my plan is to put some whipped cream, just like a smooth layer over our pudding. And then I'm gonna put some in a decorating bag and make some pretty little stars. Just wanted to do something different for a change and have some fun with it. This would be pretty just like that even, but I really just want to have some fun for a minute. I'm going to put some Cool Whip in. This is a decorating bag. You don't have to have this. You can even use a Ziploc and just snip the corner off and it'll make nice little round peaks. But I mean, I have a star tip on here, so I'm going to use it. Put it in the bag. And you just want to kind of shake it a little bit. And now we're going to make some stars. I'm just going to make some pretty little, just make a circle. Look how easy that is, and it's so pretty. All the longer that took, that's absolutely gorgeous. I figured I would put a little bit of a star in here, or more like a circle. And then I'm just gonna put a few little bananas just for decoration around the outside. And look at that. So I'm gonna cut into this, but I'm gonna be honest, it's so pretty, I hate to cut it. However, I'm kind of excited to try it, especially with that Nilla wafer crust. It looks so yummy. So I am gonna try a piece of this. I'm excited to try the crust. I see layers of bananas in there in that cream. This whole thing just looks so, so good. Wow, the crust, those Nilla wafers make an amazing crust. I would highly recommend you try that. The fresh banana flavor, this needs no other flavoring whatsoever. Those bananas, that flavor is just exploding in my mouth. This is so worth making. I am so excited with this pie. I hope you enjoyed learning how to do this. You saw how easy it was, and I keep thinking, if you make this for your family, they're gonna be like, who are you and where is my mom or dad? They'll be so impressed, and it was so easy. If you enjoyed doing this, as I said before, I have a pie playlist. Check it out. I'd love to see you there.